Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you for joining us today. We will wait for a couple of seconds actually, and then inshallah start today's webinar. It has been quite a few days that we have come online. Assalamu alaikum. To everybody who is joining us. We will focus our webinar today on the new features that we have launched in the app, more specifically in terms of the holdings that we have made changes to. We've also made changes to the historical compliance data. A lot of features have got enhanced on the desktop version, and on the app we have tried to remove all the bugs, although people are still free to come back to us and tell us about what features are not working on their apps, and we are constantly trying to work that around, inshallah. So we will wait for about couple of more seconds before we start off, inshallah. Yes, if you have any questions for us, please feel free to type it out in the chat function, and as soon as I finish giving you a demo, I will inshallah answer all your questions as well. Irrespective of what this question relates to, we will have an open session today, and you can inshallah put in your questions in the chat function on the right hand side of your window, and we will definitely answer this. While we wait for others to join in, I would take one question which is already come in. Is someone is asking, why is the subscription so expensive? I don't know what to say. We've tried to make it as economical as possible, and one of the things that we have tried to do now is instead of subscribing to the full market, for people who think that they are only interested in 1 or 2 stocks, or probably 5 or 10 stocks, you can definitely access the compliance information per stock. So it's actually the cheapest app in the entire market right now. So instead of being the most expensive, we've turned it around and made it the cheapest way to access Shariah compliance information. So I will show you how that is done. Although I think it's pretty easy to do it on the app, but we will go ahead and give you a demo as well on it. So if you have any questions for us, please do type it out in the chat function on the right hand side. It's the third function on the menu bar on the right hand side, and just type it out. I will be able to answer that question. Okay, let's start. To all of those who've joined in just now. Okay, I will give you a walkthrough of the desktop version first, followed by the app thing. So let's start directly with it. I will start sharing my screen. All of you should be able to see my screen. So this is the small changes that we have made to the UI of the desktop version as well. The key thing that we have changed over here is the holdings function. As you all have been saying all along, that the holdings functionality on the app was, 1, very limited, 2, it was not giving the correct positions of your holdings. Hence, our development team worked on it, and we decided that to give a complete understanding of the holdings functionality, it has to be done on a web version. Hence, the holding functionality is now on the web version. Although on the app as well, you can add stocks to your portfolio as you were able to do earlier. You can add the holdings as well, but by default, it will be one. So just to understand as to how your performance is happening. But if you want to add a number of stocks into your holding position, or add or delete the same thing, or add multiple buys on that side, then you will have to do it from the desktop version. For all the people who have been only using the app, this functionality has definitely been reduced from there, but it has been enhanced on the desktop version. So if you're looking to get the entire holdings functionality from perspective, then you will have to upgrade to the desktop version, because it gives you an enhanced portfolio, enhanced functionality through which you can edit your holdings functions as well. I will straight away jump onto that. So if you can see on the left hand side, we have the holding section. So if you click on this holding, this is a new feature which has come up. You get a bar on top through which, if you have multiple holdings on this page, you can select all of those. As of now, since I do not have any holdings, it will come blank. If you want to select, if you want to search for your holdings by country, there's an option over here as well. Since I don't have anything, it is showing blank. You can also search by currency. So let's say you have bought a couple of stocks in let's say the UK market, and it is in the British pounds. You can select by that. You have a couple of holdings in the US market, which is quoted in USD. You can select that as well. Or if you want to select a particular stock by your portfolios, you can do that as well. Or generally, we have an overall search as well. You can just input it over here and search. These are view options. I will show these two options once I have a couple of holdings over here. So let's start by adding a new holding. Pardon me, I have a bad runny nose today, so I'll just have to clear it out a little bit. So if I click on, I'll just start again. So if I click on add new holdings, my universe will pop up. So since I have access to all the universes, let me start with the United States. So you can select the market, which is United States over here, and let's say whichever ticker you want to go in with. Let's try and add Apple. So this is AAPL, Apple. Add holdings for this stock. It will open up this pop-up. Now this pop-up will ask you, when did you buy this stock? So let's say I bought it on the 1st of December. I bought 100 quantity, and my buy price was, let's say, $100. And you can also select the currency in which you bought. So by default, since it's the United States market, it will come as USD. You can also add this to any of your portfolios from here itself. So all the portfolios that you would have created will also come up over here. So I have already created a portfolio called Demo 22, and I can click on it. So it gets highlighted. So while you add holdings, you can also allocate it to your portfolio. So this is a new functionality that we have given in the current version. If you do not want to add it to any portfolio, you can also not add it. You can just add holdings. So let's add it to the demo portfolio as well, and just click on complete. As you can see over here, one holding has got added. I'll just expand this a little bit so that you can view it clearly. So Apple Inc. has got added. So over here, I can see the number of shares that I have is 100 shares. The holding value is dependent on the current price. So the current price is about 130.96 multiplied by 100. That will be 13.1K US dollars. The percentage change from the time I have bought it is 30.96, and the value change is 3.1K. So this is my profit. This is my percentage increase. And here is my compliance status. If I click on it, it will give me a clear line item wise holding value. So I bought it on the 1st of December 2020. I bought 100 quantity. Currency was 100 USD. Currency was USD. My buy price was 100. I haven't sold anything. It's 0. My current holdings is 100. The current price is 130.96. Current holding value is 13.1K. Percentage change is 3.1K plus. And the portfolios I'm holding, this is Demo 22. If I have this holding in multiple portfolios, I will have it over here as well. Okay. So that's the, just use this one. So this is how it is. Now this blue line is the total of everything. Right? Now let's go to some of the actions. So this point tells me edit. This is if I want to make a sell out of this, and this is the historical value. If I want to delete the entire holdings, I can click on the delete bin over here. So in all the icons, when you hover on it, it will also say in English what it means. This is sell, this is history, and this is delete. So let's say I want to edit this holding. Okay, that I made a mistake in this. Instead of having 100 stocks, I wanted to have just 10 stocks, and I click on complete. Right, so my quantity, which was 100 earlier, has now become 10. So this is the correction option that I have. Right, everything changes accordingly. Now let's say if I have to add more holdings into this one, so either I click on add new. I bought some more shares on the 2nd of December. Let's say I bought 20 shares, and that buy price was, let's say, 110, and it is also part of the demo 22 portfolio, and I click on complete. So as you can now see, this functionality was not there earlier. Now I still can see my 10 quantity which I was holding earlier. In addition, I bought 20. So I have both of these listed separately now. My cumulative holdings is 30, and my net profit or my net position change is all reflected over here. All right. Now let's say if I go back to my home page of the holdings, it will get refreshed. And see if it has got refreshed. So I have 30 shares in all. My USD holding value is 3.9K. Current price is 130.96, and this is the percentage increase, and this is the value increase. If I click on this, it will show me the entire breakup. Now you now have the option of choosing from which trade that you want to sell out. So let's say you sold off from the first trade that you made. So let's click on the sell option, which is on the right hand side. From this 10, I sold, let's say, 1 share, and I sold it at, let's say, 105. And I can even put the trade date. Update. As you can see, I bought 10 initially, and I sold 1. My net holding is now 9, and all the values will reflect basis my 9 holdings now. So this is the key functionality that everyone was asking us for, that why don't we have a separate holding for each trade that we make. So hence we have done that now. So your initial quantity was 30, which is 10 plus 20, which is equal to 30. Your bought price was 100 and 110. This is the average buy price is 106.9, which is values for these two buys divided by number of stocks is 106.9. So we also give an average bought price over here. So this is getting averaged out. Holdings is 20 plus 9 is 29. Price currently will remain the same, and holding values is also a summation, and the change is also a summation over here. Now let's say I want to completely delete this first thing. Let's say for whatever reasons it be. If I click on delete, there's a pop-up which comes up again, which asks me if I want to really delete this. I'll confirm on this, and it will get deleted. So out of the 29 shares that I was holding, I deleted the row number 1, which had 9 shares. Now my total shares have become 20. If I click on this, it will only show me the last row, which is remaining. Clear? So it has become even better in terms of managing your portfolio on the desktop version. Now, whatever changes you are doing on this side, will also reflect on the app as well, right? If I have to show you what and how it will look on the app, we can see it over here. As you can see on the app as well, I'll stop sharing the screen. And on the app as well, I don't know whether this is clearly visible or not. I don't think it's clearly visible. I have another software through which I will be showing this to you in just a bit. It had a global downtime at 3:30 GMT, coincidentally at the same time as this webinar. But I believe in another 5 minutes it will be back, and I'll be able to share the screen as well with you. So till that time, please bear with me. But let's get back to sharing the screen. Yeah, so this exact same holdings will also reflect on the home page of the app, from where you can track everything. Yes, edit functionality over there has been removed because it was not possible for us to make all of these changes on the app itself. Hence, we have moved this advanced holding options onto the desktop version. Yes, it is a slight inconvenience, but it had to be done because all the results previously, and we had massive feedback that the holding functionality need to be massively improved so that for the users to get the correct impression. But if you are holding, if you're not making all of these changes, simple holding functionality is also available currently on the app, wherein you can go to a stock, add it to a portfolio, and that will by default be as one stock. You cannot put 10, 15, 20 or the actual number of stocks that you have bought. That functionality has been moved as an advanced functionality on the desktop version. So this is the only change that we have done from the app to the desktop. And on the desktop, as you have currently seen, you can make multiple changes over here. Let me take you through one more example by doing it the other way around. Let's say I go to my universe and let's select the country again as United States. It will load all of my US stocks. It will take about 5 to 10 seconds depending on the internet speed. Yes. Now, let's say this is my universe and I would want to add Microsoft. I click on Microsoft. It will open up my page. Now, before I go again to there, the couple of changes that we have made over here is this as well. You can point to the graph and it will show you the value. So it will show you the value on that day was 222.86 and the change on that day was $2 or the exact currency that you're viewing it in. So this functionality has also been added so that you can view the point in time graph of the stock, right? Another thing that we've added is the historical compliance data. So if you click on view history, you can see the historical compliance data, and this is for 12 months trailing. It's actually slightly more than that now. We're in December and we have about 15 to 18 months of historical data. Again, the pointing functionality is also available over here. So historically, you can see what the compliance of the stock. If you want, let's take another stock over here, which is pretty popular. Let's go to a stock called NEO. No, that's not the stock I'm looking for. I will go back to my universe. It is the United States. And over here, I'll check NEO. NEO ADR. Oops, for some reason, I'm not able to find that stock. Yeah, it's here now. So I'll click on it. and it's taken me to this stock, Neoink. As you can see, this stock became non-compliant during a certain period, and you can figure it out easily as to what was the day when it became non-compliant and when it became compliant again. If you go to the historical view, you will be able to see the same thing as well. So look at this. On the home page of the stock, only this non-compliant period was shown. But historically, it had also turned non-compliant for just a couple of days before it turned back to compliance. And hence, it has been going on since then. So this functionality eases out what you are trying to look out for in terms of the historical compliance. Another feedback that we had was from the stock page, how do we add the stock to the portfolio? So we've given that option here now. Just click on add portfolio. You can add it to the existing portfolios, or you can create a new portfolio. Let's say I create a new portfolio of demo 26 and save it. It will get added to that portfolio. Let's see what happens over there. If I go to the portfolio section, I can see both my portfolios, which is demo 22 and the demo 26 I created now. I can click on it and it will show me the same stock in this view. Now, since I do not have the number of stocks that I've invested in, it is showing as NA, and I can click on the holdings over here. It will take me back to the same functionality which I gave you a demo of. So essentially, you can come to the holdings functionality directly from the holdings functions on the left-hand side, which is this one, or you can come through the portfolio section by clicking on this add holdings. All of this has been done basis the feedback that we have received. So let's say I want to add this. Again, I bought this on the 1st of December. Let's say I bought 100 of this and the buy price was 200. And I say complete. Let's go back to my holdings. As you can see, it will also come up over here. I'll just refresh this. Oh, where is it? Let's go back to my portfolio. And this was demo 26. Oh, I had actually added Microsoft, not Neo. So holdings will also get updated with Microsoft. As you can see, I can click on Microsoft and I bought 100 at 200. And if I want to edit this, I can edit this. If I want to sell out from this, let's say the sellout date is the 25th. I sold out 10 at 221 and I can update it. It will get updated. So I bought 100, I sold 10, my holdings is 90, the sell price is 221, my current holding value is this, and the percentage change is 1.9K. This is the functionality that we have done on this side. So that's essentially what we have done. Let me see if the browser stack is back. Yes, it is back. I'll stop sharing the screen. Okay, already there are a lot of questions which have come in. I'll just log into my live APK so that I can now start giving you the demo for the mobile version as well. I'm just trying to log in and then I'll start sharing my screen. Just a couple of seconds. It's just logging in. I hope the desktop version upgrade is the holding functionality is very clear to everyone, whoever has the desktop access. In addition to all of those people who have only the app functionality and do not have the desktop functionality, we have extended a very, very good offer to all of you that just by paying $20 extra, you will get functionality of the desktop version as well for the same markets that you have. Flat $20 is it's not dependent on the markets. It's $20 across just to get upgraded from the app only to app plus web functionality. I hope that will help you in terms of getting access to the desktop version at a very economical price. The length of that subscription will be equal to the length of your app subscription. So let's say you have 5 markets on the app subscription and you have 10 months to go on the annual plan. You will get upgraded to the desktop version at just $20, wherein you can access all the 5 markets that you had access on the app, and the length of that subscription will be for the 10 months, which is also balanced on the app. So this way we will be able to create, we are going to give you a replication of, okay, it's taking some more time. This way we are able to give you access to the desktop version for just $20 for all the markets that you already have on the app itself. I'll try once again to log on to yes, it's logging in now. Yes, just give me 1 second. I'll just log in and I'll start sharing my screen. Yes. As you can see, I'm now sharing the app screen with you. As you can see, we've made a couple of changes on the UI of this app. A little bit changes on the look and feel of it. We've got a couple of banners now, which you will be able to access pretty easily. Then there's a notification tab. Earlier there was a complaint or a feedback that any notification which used to come in was not getting stored. Now all the notifications that we send you will also get stored, so that if you want to come back and refer to it, you can just click on the bell icon over here and look into it. Let's start with the portfolio option. I have not created any portfolio. You can still create a portfolio the way it was earlier. Let's say it's demo 26, or just demo for now. Submit it. The portfolio will get created. Add stocks manually if you want to. One of the feedback that we had earlier was in terms of searching stocks. That has also been upgraded. Let's say you're searching for Microsoft, and I just do this and search for it. So it will give me all the stocks which are starting off with MIC. Let me just go back on this. It's taking some time. Oops. What did I do? Let's change the market. Okay, so now the functionality that we have given is, since I'm using this on this new technology platform, It's taking some time to load. So wait for a couple of seconds. Yeah, let's say you want to unlock this stock. Just click on it. We have 3 options now. You can either subscribe to the full market, and this will be in the local currencies. Since this is a demo app, so don't go by the pricing. You can either click here to take the full market, monthly, annual, or quarter, like how we had earlier, or you can take the US market for the monthly subscription at this price, or this is the new option that we have. You can check the compliance of MTNX US just for a monthly price, which is priced in your local markets. Very, very simply, if you've already added a credit card to this to your subscription, you just have to swipe this and it'll get unlocked. As you can see, I can now see that it is non-compliant. Now, if it is non-compliant, you need to know what has to be done. There's an article. This will redirect you to that article. Or you want to see the stock details, just click on view details and you will come to know why this stock is non-compliant. So this stock fails the debt compliance and this stock fails the receivable compliance as well. And everything else remains the same as we had earlier. So only this stock has got unlocked. It is giving you the ability to check compliance of stocks of your choice without spending a lot of money in terms of having to subscribe to the entire market. So this is one of the key things that we have done. Another important thing that we have done, and we will soon start publishing reports on it, is in the forum section over here, we have created a separate section for stocks/IPO reports. So whenever an IPO comes out, it will be available over here. Right, these are the previous articles that we had that we published over here, but inshallah starting Monday itself we will start publishing all the upcoming IPO reports in this section. So whenever you have to view the IPO compliances, you can come to this section and look into it as well. So this is another section that we have created. Rest of the functionality is almost the same except the holdings functionality. Now, let's say I upgrade the holdings functionality from the desktop version. It will also come and get upgraded over here as well. Yes, one more thing that has come up in the new version is all the individual stocks that you're subscribed to can be viewed over here on the homepage itself. This is a new function. So if I click on this, I can see that I have subscribed to the Amazon stock in the US market, Google, and MTNX. Now I can also go ahead and subscribe to any other. One more thing that we have done is that you can go to any market that you wish to. Let's say United Kingdom now. We'll let it load and go to the universe. Okay, change the market again. It's United Kingdom. And I can try and unlock any of the stocks from this as well. Let's say I want to get to Pfizer. Okay. Pfizer Inc. That's not the stock I'm looking for. Yes. So as you can see, Pfizer is listed in India. It's listed in the US as well. So I can unlock whichever I want. Let's say I'm taking the India stock. I can just go on this, swipe and open up. I just have to do it properly. And it's compliant. If I want to see the details, I can go and see view details. It's fine. I want to add it to my portfolio as well. I can do it. I want to add it to my demo portfolio, which added to my demo portfolio. And it's as simple as that. And I can see that only Pfizer is unlocked for me. So without going and accessing the full market where you're looking to get a stock, you can take and pick your stock. And as you have unlocked the stock in the UK market as well as the India market, this map thing will scroll and tell you the compliance of both as well. So now you can see UK and India is what it is showing. In addition to that, on the top hand side, on the top right side, Pfizer is also in your stocks that you have bought per stocks that you have subscribed to individually without subscribing to the full market, and it is segregated. So US stocks first, followed by India, and whichever way you want. It's the same functionality that you have now. So most of the things remain the same, except we have tried to make the app slightly faster, and as we go along, every day we are trying to identify better ways of giving you the access information quickly. One of the things that has also come up to us, I'll stop sharing the screen. One of the things that has also been brought to our notice earlier was the fact that the app takes a long time to start off. So the initial infographic has also been reduced. So these are the few things that we have done to make the app slightly better in comparison to the previous version. I hope you will be able to access the app in a better manner as you were able to do now. We will start taking all the questions now, and if you have any specific area of the app that you want me to go back and revisit, I will be able to do it right away. Absolutely no problem in that. Yes, you can ask me the questions. Okay, one of the feedbacks that has come in now, notifications are not clickable. Okay, so I will take that down. I'm not sure why that is not happening. So notifications are not clickable. Okay, if that is the case, we will be able to fix it very quickly. I don't think that's a big issue. But yes, there must be some issue. That's the reason a couple of people have said the same thing, that notifications are not visible. I will have a look at that. Somebody asked us, Muhammad Jahid Hussain is asking, Assalamu alaikum, can you show me how to purify the stock through iOS app? Can you put this amount 12.45? It's pretty simple to purify as well. Let me start sharing my screen to show you how you can purify. Let's say I am on, pick up any of the stocks I am in. Let's say I want to purify any of the stocks in Google. Let's say my purification date is the 1st of December, and the amount is recommended is 12.45. The problem is 12. I don't know why it is on shift. 0.45. Okay. Submit. It's telling me what percentage ratio has to be purified. 1.25% has to be purified. The purify amount is coming 0. Okay, that's a very good feedback, because I think it's rounding off to the previous 0. We will have this checked as well. Purification rounding. Let's try some other amount. Purify. Let's select a date of 2nd and say okay, and let's put a value of 100 and submit. It's showing it properly over here. So yeah, it has a decimal issue over here, I believe. Hence, I think we'll fix the decimal issue as well. So amounts which are in tens or probably ones, it is rounding off to the nearest zero. That is an issue. So we'll fix that. The functionality is working fine. I think we'll have to incorporate a couple of decimals over here. So if you see 12.45 that we put earlier into 1.7% would be 0.21 cents. So $0.21, which will be 21 cents. Hence, it is rounding off to the nearest zero, the full number, the integer. We will have that checked again, inshallah. That's a very good feedback. Yes, correct. So it's 0.21. We will have it checked. How to subscribe to individual stocks? You just have to click on any of the gray area, the gray tiles, click on it. It'll ask you all the three options. Either you can subscribe to the full market or take the monthly payment options, or you can, there's a third option which I showed you earlier, which tells you that subscribe to the individual stock starting as low as whatever is the local currency price. Just click on that option and swipe down. If your card is already added, it will automatically come and show you the stock. Difference in following stock and subscribe stock, that's a very good question. I will show you what is the difference. I'll start sharing my screen again. Now here, you can see these are the subscribed stocks that you have. But you can also start following stocks from here. You can change the market, whatever one you want, and you click on this and add it to your payments. So this stock will now be in your following list as well as your subscribed stocks. If you go on view details, there's a star button over here. If you click on it, following stock successfully. That means if you want to prioritize the information which is on this stock, hence we are giving this option as well, that if you want to follow some stocks separately in a separate list, you can do that. So if I go back now to my home page and I go up and I click on following stocks, I will have this stock which I'm following in a separate list. If I want to unfollow, I can click on unfollow. So that stock is still there. As you can see in my subscribed options, that stock will still be there. See, it's here. BioSeek. It will still be there in your subscribed options, but you're stopped following that stock. That's the only difference. So we wanted to create a separate section of people who wanted to track just a few stocks for a few days in an instant list. Hence, we created that following stock. Let's go. I want to know more about the Arabic language. The Arabic language option is definitely here on the app itself. If you can go to the profile section over here, you go to the profile section and you can switch on the Arabic language option. If you click on this, everything will start coming in Arabic. The home page, everything will be in Arabic. If you want to get back, you go back to the profile and switch to English. It will come back to the English language. That's how it is. Let's see what else. Okay, Brother Jahid is saying that he's not able to input the purification through the iOS app. We will have it checked as well. If you have any If the Arabic section requires more review, we will have a full review done on the Arabic section as well. Arabic section full review. We'll inshallah do the full review of the Arabic section as well. If that is what is required, we will get it done. In market search, I don't find India. In market search, I don't find India. Let's see it right away. Home. This is the market. Let's click on it and on it, and this is India. We can see India. Absolutely no problem. If I go to the universe, I can see. So this is the live app. Except the pricing, everything is live on this. So as you can see, I unlocked these 4 stocks earlier. Hence, it is available. One of the reasons that you may not be able to see that in this search section is because if you have subscribed to the India market already, it will not. You will not be able to access paper stock because it doesn't make any sense. You have full list of the India market available. So paper stock is something which is not useful for you right now. If you are asking me for the desktop version, India will be there on the desktop version as well. Let's see on the dashboard, and let's select the market from the top. Let's go to the let's go to full, and let's say India. It's here. Country change to India. And let's go to the universe. And I have India on the desktop version as well. As you can see, I can see all the stocks in Indian market over here. Okay, there's a question that when will ETFs be covered? We've already started covering ETFs, as you can see in the US market and in a couple of other markets as well. You will find ETFs already listed on the Islamicly app. Yes, it is not comprehensive, but as and when we are getting the required information on the ETFs, we are publishing it and it is available on the app. Mostly it's in the US market that you can see the ETFs being available. I'll just try and pick up a couple of ETFs which are listed over here so that you have an understanding as to which ETFs are listed. Not a lot, but yes, I'll share my screen. As you can see this, SPDR Gold Trust ETF is there. Healthcare SPDR ETF is there. iShares Barclays 20 Plus is there. Most of these ETFs unfortunately are non-compliant. You can go inside also and see that the ETFs have been looked into as well. So as and when we are getting information, we are putting the ETFs on the platform, and inshallah we will have a comprehensive coverage of ETFs as well. Another question that Shabir Bhai is asking is syncing from brokerage account as an option. Yes, that is also one of the key things which is going to come up in the next version. We were trying to do it in the current version itself, but that was getting delayed because of the responses and the integration with the brokers. What we are going to do is we are going to send out a survey to all the users, inshallah, very soon. And depending on the top 10 or top 15 brokers that people work with on the Islamicly app, we will try and prioritize them and integrate them on the Islamicly app. This feature will allow you to seamlessly trade on your broker account, and the positions will get updated on the Islamicly app as well. That's what we're trying to do. Yes, India market is also a priority. US market is also a priority. Whereas even a lot of requests have come in from the Gulf markets as well, that we want to get integrated with the broker accounts as well. So that is a long-term project, but we made significant amount of progress on it already, and inshallah very soon we will have that feature as well. Someone is asking me how frequently are stocks evaluated for Sharia compliance. This is the principal thing that we try and do over here. If compliance depends on two factors. One is the sector compliance and the financial ratio compliance. The financial ratio compliance changes on a daily basis. Hence, Islamicly app updates the financial ratio compliance on a daily basis. So it gets refreshed every day, 5 times a week. That is for every trading day, we refresh once. So the compliance data available on the app is the most up to date. It would have got refreshed in less than 24 hours from the time that you are trying to access it. Whereas for business sector compliance, as soon as a new financial number comes in or a quarter report comes in, our research team reviews the business side of the company, and also updates the compliance if there is any change. So yes, short answer, it is refreshed every 24 hours. So the compliance available on the Islamicly app is at max just less than 24 hours stale. There's another thing that Shabir Bhai is asking, not sure if this is answered. Old feature in mobile app, provide portfolio cards on landing page as it used to be pre-upgrade, at least provide flexibility to choose which card widgets displayed as per region preference. I mean, it's still there, right? If I have to show you, it's just that we wanted to bring a lot more things on the app. Hence, if you just do one click, portfolio, it's here, the same thing. Instead of it being on the home page, we have replaced it with a couple of banners. Since it had a separate tab altogether, we did not want to waste the real estate. If you click on the portfolio, it just comes here. So just one click to that part, and all the other functionality is still there. You want to change the currencies, you can do that as well. Since I'm not a paid subscriber on this current version, I can see my portfolio as well. I just added Pfizer onto it, and it's there. So everything remains the same. If you want to do all these current values, all of this will be accessed from the web version, as I gave you a demo initially. Abdul Majid is asking an old question. A stock is mentioned Sharia compliant by one company, but is not Sharia compliant by other company at the same time. How do we know which one is correct? Please go through all the forums that we have. We've answered this question multiple times, but I'm happy to answer it again. Sharia compliance depends on two parts, business sector compliance and the financial ratio compliance. Unfortunately, screening for Sharia compliance is not an algorithm-based process. You just can't use the numbers from one of the data service providers, let's say IEX or Bloomberg or Reuters or FactSet or any of these things. Apply the ratio that has been given out in the EOF criteria or any other criteria, and voila, you get the compliance. Unfortunately, this was the approach which screening providers used to had about 20-25 years back. We had that approach 20 years back, but we evolved. that Sharia compliance is also a function of detailed research on the business segment side. And that is the USP of Islamicly. I believe of all the apps available on the market, the most popular ones, the top 3, top 4, we are the only app which looks into the sector compliance of the company in detail. That is, we open up the websites, we open up the financial reports, we have an in-house tool to monitor the sector compliances of and record these things. If things are not clear, we get in touch with the management of the companies through email, fax, or telephone. We hound the investor relations team of companies, and we get responses wherever possible, and then judge the sector compliance of the company, leading to the overall compliance. If other apps do not do this, there will definitely be a difference in compliance. The other thing is that understanding of the rules of Sharia is also very important, right? I mean, let's say, for example, you're doing screening for gold, right? Now, gold has a criteria that it cannot be the companies which are involved in gold mining or gold production or sales of gold or gold trading cannot sell their product on a deferred basis, or they cannot do a hedging of their contracts. Now, there are many things in this. Now, does the hedging revenue need to be 5% or more than 5% to make it non-compliant, or the mere fact that it engages in hedging makes it non-compliant? What about streams? What about royalty? What about royalty streams? Different kinds of royalty streams. All of these questions have been asked by Islamicly to the Sharia boards, and we have got decisions, and basis that we assign compliances. Hence, there is always bound to be differences between the compliance given out by Islamicly and the compliance given out by other apps. From the looks of it, it looks to me that an algorithm is used. The stuff that we used to do 20 years back to derive results on compliances is what is being used by the apps nowadays. So alhamdulillah, we feel that we are about 20 years ahead of everybody else, and it requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of effort to get to the screening basis, the approach that we have. And hence, there's also feedback that why are we expensive than the others? It's one of the reasons for us to be expensive is this, that you have absolutely well-researched, detailed, individual researcher-backed data, which is updated on a daily basis on the Islamicly app. So we feel in terms of the compliance data, the actual proof of the pie, we feel that our quality of delivery is way superior than anybody else. But we don't want to be arrogant on that. Hence, we have opened up transparently a forum section. We have openly opened up a stock discussion section, wherein if you are a subscriber to that market, or now if you're an individual subscriber to that stock, you can challenge that compliance, and our team diligently looks into every stock that has been challenged and replies back to it. You can see there are hundreds, probably actually thousands of stocks which have been challenged, and we have replied to all of them. In terms of promo codes, there are many promo codes which are available. Now you can just go to the app, to the subscription page. All the promo codes which are currently running are available on the app itself. So you don't need to wait for an email or a notification to come in. You can just go to the app section for the subscriptions page, and the promo codes are available over there. Apply whichever promo code you like and go ahead and take the subscription. In addition to that, if you want to try out the app, if you're in the US market, we're giving away subscriptions for all as low as 50 cents. So just unlock one stock and then see how this goes. We have tried to incorporate that feedback that we are small traders. We may have a portfolio of just 5 or 10 stocks. Why should I subscribe to the whole market? Keeping all of that in mind, we have now opened up micropayments, so you can subscribe to Islamicly from as low as 50 cents. And for certain emerging markets, like for example India, the pricing is like 25 rupees, which is like nothing. I mean, it's absolutely equal to when you trade a stock, you have to pay 20-25 rupees as brokerage. This is exactly matching the same price. So in terms of affordability, we have worked very hard so that you can access Islamic data or Sharia compliance data at the cheapest price. I think it's been an hour, and I intended to keep this within an hour today. I have been able to explain to you what are the new features and why the reason between the shift from moving holdings to the web version. And there is definitely an offer of $20 available to access the web version. If you do not have that link, just get in touch with our customer support through the WhatsApp function. That has also been upgraded. There was a problem with our WhatsApp number earlier. In future, that will not ever happen, inshallah. We have a dynamic WhatsApp chat support now. So just click on the chat, the WhatsApp icon on the app, and you can get in touch with any of our representatives. We are 24/7 available. If you want to do a detailed feedback or you have a detailed question, you can put it on the forum section of the app, or else you can write to us at info@islamicly.com. Everything is available on that section. So in terms of getting in touch with us, we have multiple options. If one doesn't work or doesn't suit you, you can use the other options as well. In addition to it, you can just come on to our blogs as well, which is there on the website. And there is a chat function as well over there, and you can input your questions over there, and we'll be happy to answer them as well. If it's a detailed Sharia related question, somebody will have to come back to you through an email. If it is something which is technical support, I'm sure they will be able to help you instantly. If it is a bug or a functionality which we're also not sure why it is acting up, then we will take your query and we'll get back to the IT team. And once we have it resolved, we'll send you an email and a notification that the query has been resolved. Someone has just asked me a question: is Visa Inc. Sharia compliant? Yes, Visa Inc. is Sharia compliant, although it's logged on the app. I'm giving you the information for free. There is a detailed article on the forum section of the app which talks about payment processors and their compliance. You can also access it on the blog, which is blog.islamicly.com, which is on the website as well. Read it up. You will then understand the detailed, in-depth research that Team Islamicly does. And we just don't go on hearsay or the perception that Visa or MasterCard or American Express or PayPal or these companies may be compliant or non-compliant. We look at the financial data. We were one of the first in the world to create and classify Visa Inc. as Sharia compliant, and the whole world followed suit behind us. So in terms of the app and applications, there may be some issues here or there, and we are happy to look into it immediately and come back to you instantly. So the key things that we have done is made the app cheapest in the world. The research we always believed was top quality. We don't want to be arrogant about it, hence we are open to challenging it. So we have stock discussion forum over there. All the functionalities remain the same. So portfolio is always there. The holding functionality has been upgraded to give you the entire holistic picture as you had requested, which can be done from the desktop version. In the desktop version, historical compliances have been upgraded as well, so that you can see the historical compliance in a graph manner, and a couple of small bugs have been removed. In addition, all the articles that we are publishing are coming up on top of the app itself, so that you can refer to them instantly. The last thing is we've created a separate section for the IPOs where you can see all the IPOs which are coming up, so that you can track them and check their compliances as well. Okay. If there's any question which I have not covered or I might have missed to cover, we'll be happy to respond to you individually, as I said, through our customer support channels. Thank you for joining us and thank you for supporting us, and please keep spreading the news that this thing is available. It's only through word of mouth that we will get more popular, and it will get benefited to every Sharia compliant investor in the world. And may we have a good holiday season now, and inshallah when the new year comes in, we will be able to have a good return. Somebody is asking a question that why are companies like Alibaba covered in US market and recent upgraded access has been removed? I don't think so. That should be the case. Let me just go ahead and check it on the app itself, whether Alibaba is available or not. I can see it's still there. Yep, I can see it's still there. If you're talking about the Alibaba ADR, I'll have it checked as well. I will have that checked as well. But none of the stocks have been removed. There's absolutely no way that we've removed any of the stocks. It's still there. Yep. I mean, the other way around also is that now you can access any stock in any market. So let's say it is not listed, the cross is not listed in the overseas market. You can come and see the compliance in the domestic market, because compliances of ADR and the mother stock remains the same. So let's say, for example, Alibaba is basically a Hong Kong listed company, and it has an ADR in the US market as well. So if you want to check the compliance of whether I can invest in the ADR of Alibaba in the US, and for some reason you're typing it wrongly or it's not showing up, I'll have it checked as well. So you can type Baba, and I believe it will at least show you the mother stock which is there in Hong Kong. If that is compliant, everything else is compliant, because the Sharia principle is the mother stock is where the fundamentals are affected, and the mother stock is where all the market cap sits. Everything else is a replication. I mean, as you understand, ADRs are a replication of the mother stock. So the compliance of ADR and the mother stock remains the same. In terms of ETFs, we are, as I said, we will keep covering ETFs, and more aggressively now in the new year as well, because that's priority for us in terms of covering the ETFs. The principal thing about ETFs, let me be very clear over here, okay, that an ETF to be Sharia compliant, they need to have a Sharia compliance certificate. An ETF does not work like stocks. So if an ETF has even one stock which is non-compliant, the entire ETF is non-compliant. It's as simple as that. So even though we will put all the ETFs in front of you because we get a lot of questions, it's actually frankly telling you, because we don't want to go beat around the bush on these things. If an ETF has been certified as Sharia compliant, unlike the mechanism of stock, I mean, Apple stock is not Sharia compliant. It doesn't have a certification that is Sharia compliant, but using the screening criteria, we can make it Sharia compliant. This is not applicable on ETFs. For ETFs, it has to follow a Sharia compliant index and also have a Sharia compliance certificate to it. In the world, they may be as much as probably not more than 10 or 15 ETFs globally which are Sharia compliant. Unfortunately, that's where it is. But the good news is, I know for a fact that a couple of good ETFs are coming in the market, alhamdulillah, which are going to be Sharia compliant. Now, this is in the US market and the Canadian markets, and even in the UK markets. So work is happening at the back end for launching some Sharia compliant ETFs very soon. And inshallah, we will have a special push on the Islamicly app to bring you all the information about these Sharia compliant ETFs, rather than doing it the other way around, that you put all the hundreds of ETFs and make them non-compliant. We rather focus on the ones which are Sharia compliant. Someone is asking me, should make a monthly subscription to unlock everything? You can go ahead and unlock all the stocks in the world on the app now. You're not restricted. Earlier we had restrictions of 5 markets. Now you can go ahead and unlock all the stocks in the world. You can subscribe to them as on a monthly basis or as access individual stocks, or you can take the monthly subscription as well, as you feel. Okay, ADR mapping is something that we're constantly trying to do as well. Although I think we have completeness on that side, but if there's something missing, please get in touch with us over the customer support, and inshallah we'll map it to your ADR market as well. What I mean to say is, let's say you have the US market subscription and you're looking for an ADR which is listed in the US market and you're not getting that, just get in touch with us on the customer support, and inshallah we'll do the mapping as well. I think we have come to the end of all of the questions, and if I've missed anything, I will be happy. We will be happy to take care of it through the customer support things. Essential things. Thank you for your support. Keep supporting us. We've got massive amount of support. Yes, we are not perfect. But we intend to become the best. We are very serious about getting you the best product in the world in this segment, and wanting with your support to become the biggest platform for attracting Sharia investments in all spaces, whether it be just equities and other investment products as well. We're trying to work on those areas as well, inshallah. Okay, this should bring me to the end of today's webinar. The recording will be available very soon, and you'll get a notification as well. Now you have a functionality on the app itself that you can watch the recordings on the app itself. We don't have to go to YouTube separately. So this will be recorded on the app as well and published on the app as well. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Keep telling us what you like and what you don't like. And subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube channels as well. Assalamu alaikum.